Hello there everyone, welcome to Sapienza, and we're going to be doing Sniper Assassin, Silent Assassin, suit only. So I did say this in the last video I did in this series for Paris, but I'm going to try and do as many videos as I can in this method, where I attempt to do Sniper Assassin, but under the condition that there is a certain amount of distance between myself and the target. So essentially I don't want to be just doing Sniper Assassin routes where I go into a room with a sniper rifle and shoot a guy point blank range. So there is going to be some leeway on this, just for the fact that there may be certain maps where it is nigh on impossible to get a target that isolated, but we're going to try and at least maintain a certain level of distance. So, in Sapienza we go straight to the safe house. I'm going to try and start default starting locations throughout all this, so yeah, that should be an interesting little addition. We've picked up the golf ball, I grabbed some extra bullets for the Krugermeyer. You don't really need them, but I thought I like the idea of just having the bullets if I need them. So, golf ball in hand, we're going to first of all blow open an entrance to the secret lab. So yeah, we're just going to go down here and we're going to use the golf ball to open up the secret entrance. I do love this little part of it though, just since you've got that guard who sits down, he sees a guy walking around a corner, next thing you know, kaboom, and he's like, what happened? I just like that little image. But yeah, while they're all getting spooked about what that explosion was, we're going to go this way. We're going to go pick up a sniper rifle. I'll give people a forewarning. There are going to be some briefcase knockouts in this route. Yep, I wanted to look up at that gardener. I always seem to remember him for being a little bit annoying. So, I've put the briefcase in the sewers. I thought it was a much better place to put it than in the biolab, or trying to take it into the safe house, because if you do it in the safe house then you've got to drop it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's started. So we're going to go back to the biolab now. It's a bit awkward because you're essentially going backwards to go forwards here, but the way I justify it, we can't go straight into the biolab because the people in the biolab are on full alert. So it makes sense to sort of retreat to come back. So yeah, we're all sorted at this point. We've got all we need. I've brought with me a, I'm trying to think what you call it. It's the remote EMP charge. Now, I didn't use this. However, it is pretty useful just in case you've got time. You can go into the security bunker down here and disable the surveillance. You'll see why it may be important later on. Okay, so we go all the way up to the top and we're going to just stop about here. There's going to be one of the guards coming this way, you can see on the minimap. As soon as he's stationary, take a shot. The idea being, he'll come over to investigate the shot, we can throw a briefcase at his head, and it means then we're straight lined up for the next guard. I found this a very convenient way of getting around them. By all means, it isn't the only way, you could probably still line it up quite comfortably, but I thought this is a good way of splitting them both up. So, 1, and here's 2. And you still have plenty of time to drag the bodies, so no issues here. Now, I've just said that you've got the remote EMP charge. I take the virus out using my sniper rifle, but you can easily use the EMP charge over here. You just throw it onto that laptop just up ahead. You've got like the little raised platform where that one scientist is. Just throw the EMP, it'll detonate the virus. Very easy way of taking it out. If I'd realised that I wasn't going to use it, I would have done it that way because it's a little less awkward than taking the shot here to move a guard, well, to move a move that guy and then shoot the virus. it's a little bit messier, that route. So yeah, we're going to put the sniper away, we're going to grab the keycard and we're going to make our way upstairs. So just down this way. I feel like the lab's got a bit darker. Maybe it's my TV and all that, but yeah, I wasn't impressed with how dark the lab is. Anyway, use the keycard here, get your pistol out. I think I have a bit of in-out syndrome here. Shoot the camera. We're going to go around this corner and there's another camera, so shoot that one out. There we go. So we're going to go up the stairs now. There are two guards patrolling. So we're going to, well, at this point I was trying to lure one of them, so I thought, can I take a quick shot there? No, didn't catch him. So at this point I think, right, how can I get this guy to turn around because he's going to be looking this way? So we're going to shoot behind him. There we go, did the trick. So we'll walk this way and you can then throw the briefcase at his head.
Checking it out. Over.
There's a crate right by him, you can just drop him in the crate, and then all we're up here for is the VHS tape. Now, we're not going to use it straight away, we're going to take out Francesca first, but we are going to use the tape. It does create a bit of a rush element to this route. Once the tape's in the machine, we've got to race to our sniper vantage point. But saying that, I think that's good. I think if we got all the time in the world to actually do it, it wouldn't be that interesting a route. So we're going to go down these stairs. And essentially at this point, we're just waiting for Francesca. You know, she's got plenty of time to make her way down to the biolab. And yeah, I think the difficulty I had coming up with this route was actually choosing the correct vantage points for the kill. Because I did have a look at some other people's routes, and one of the issues I had with Silvio is that I'd seen people use the route where you take Silvio out with the telescope. Now, I myself personally believe that should count as Sniper Assassin. But if you go onto a fresh account and try it out, it does not count as Sniper Assassin. I'm guessing it's because the telescope turns the kill into something else. I don't know what, but apparently it does. So yeah, I was a little bit bummed by that. And then I saw about the idea that you could maybe take out Francesca using... I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, that was it. You could take her out on the pier and use the private investigator. Again, I didn't mind that. I thought there was something clever about it. But equally, I was like... yeah, again, I wasn't convinced. I thought to myself, yes, you could maybe get rid of the body quick enough before the guards see it. But again, it felt like a bit of a rush job. So not something I would personally recommend doing. Whereas here, I thought, this is pretty safe. I mean, you can see Francesca there. She's just going down the stairs. And what we're looking out for, really, is we were looking for a spot where we could leave the body. Now, in this route, I don't leave this body. I do hide it, but... there is a possibility you can leave it. So, as you can see, we're going to just sniper. And this is where things just went a little bit mucky as far as how I would have preferred to have done it. So we're going to get the Krugermeyer out. Now, I aim a shot, and ideally, you want to aim it further right than what I did. I aimed a little bit too far left, which makes the guard on the left go investigate the shot. Now, my belief is that if you aim further to the right, the guard on the right will go to investigate. And it means you can go straight up the stairs on the left. Now, the next bit will probably confuse you as far as how this still works, because what happens is, once they've finished investigating that gunshot, they're frozen for a moment. It's as if the AI can't work out the next step, as if to say, do we go back to our position before? Do we wait for Francesca? They get a bit confused. So at this point, I'm just waiting here for them to make their minds up, essentially. Now, when you shoot, how I did, and the guard on the left goes to investigate, for some reason, they come to the stairs. That's why I hid the body, because I thought, right, if they're going that way, they're going to investigate the body. As you can see, there's a guard just going to the top of the stairs. If the body had been there, you would have seen it, it's game over. So this is where I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to have to be a little bit fast just to hide the body. If you shoot on the right, however, for some reason, they don't go to investigate the body. I don't know why. I wasn't actually there for it. I was already up getting the tape in the machine. So I would like to know what happened, but equally, I'm not complaining. Maybe I hid Francesca accidentally. But yeah, as you can see, there are ways of doing it. Perhaps aiming to the left instead of the right is the better way, but I don't know. Anyway, at this point, I have got a mixtape on me. I didn't use it, but again, it's a useful little tool just in case Silvio's been a pain. We're going to put the tape into the machine. I found this amusing. I brought 2 items with me and I didn't use either of them properly. Yeah, I could have brought a lockpick or something. Anyway, go and get the Krugermeyer out just in case we need it for the guards, because if you don't know, the guards do roam a little bit at this point. They're both wondering when Francesca's gone, so they will just roam. It's a little bit weird. As you can see, the guard's coming this way. I thought, hey, is he coming up these stairs? So, yeah, it was a bit awkward as well because I knew Silvio was already in the room. I didn't time the VHS tape well. But I was lucky the guard's going that way, so I thought to myself, I want to make sure this guard doesn't follow me downstairs, essentially. So I took a shot there. I thought that'll just slow him down a little bit. It'll just make sure while I'm exiting the biolab, he doesn't accidentally stumble across me. And as you can tell, that is what I'm doing. I'm exiting the biolab. Yeah, I won't get to the church as fast as possible. So we're going to just take a left turn here and through the secret entrance, or secret exit as it turns out, and we're in the clear. So we need to get to the top of the church tower pronto. If you're like me, you may come across some obstacles, so hopefully I'm showing you the worst case scenario here, because this had me panicked, I'm not going to lie to you. When I was playing this, which was only about 10-15 minutes ago, you know, I've recording this audio straight after, I really was worried. I thought, hang on, am I going to have enough time to still take Silvio out? So this was worst case. I mean, we've got someone just walking in, we've got a church staff walking out, so really bad timing on the NPCs. So I thought, right, I can't wait for him, I've got to knock this guy out. And because he's there and I know that church staff come into the area, I had to hide the body. So we're going to drag it up here. We're going to just hide it up here on this one layer, just for the fact that the vicar, I believe, or the priest doesn't actually come up here. I think that is only for landslide, but I may be mistaken. Anyway, at this point we can go straight up, we can go to the tower, and as I said, I was really panicking. I thought, am I going to get Silvio in time? Because the thing is, not only have you got to get Silvio, you've also got to move the guards around the outside of the room. Simple reason being, I was going to take a shot straight at the door, but we've got to move this guard here on the left. If we don't move the guard, he will go to investigate when we shoot. So we needed him to be distracted. So bullet impact noticed, he isn't bothered about the bullet downstairs now, he's thinking who's shooting at me, instead of who's shooting at Silvio. So as you can see, we've opened the door. Now we're going to just shoot on the floor just in front of the door to lure Silvio in front. If you think he's too far away, trigger the mixtape. So he's right in the middle of the door. Take your shot. Boom. Now at this point, I would go down the stairs. If I had my choice again, I would go down the stairs, because as you're going to see, this wasn't the best idea I'm about to have. Tape. So yeah, I see that and I'm immediately panicking and think, oh god, I've got very little time to get the recordings done before Silvio's body is found. So yeah, panic is setting in really badly at this point. So yeah, the nearest tapes are in the church. In the past I have tried to get up to the clock tower. That was a bad idea. You don't want to be racing to the clock tower. So yeah, the vicar's there, he won't see anything, but the thing is, I haven't got a way of getting into the tape room, which I don't realise until I get to the door. I really made this difficult on myself. So yeah, thankfully the vicar, or the priest, whatever you call him, is going out of the room, so we can pick up the church key on this table and we can go to the tapes. And you can tell based on the fact that I've uploaded this video that I did get SASO. I'm not, you know, I did actually achieve what I need to achieve, but man, panic was setting in at this point. So hopefully as well, it does show you that Silvio's body can be left there for a little while just before the guards find it. They will find it, so don't just try and dawdle. They will walk and they will find him, but as you can see, based on this, you do get a fair bit of time. So I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you enjoyed the route, I hope you enjoyed my commentary, and yeah, hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching, this has been Josh from JJ's Productions. See you next time, folks. Bye for now. Just one small note before we go, everyone. I've been looking at the YouTube stats, I'm going to put them on the screen. A large number of you still haven't subscribed to the channel. If you could be the kind person to actually hit the subscribe button and hit the bell just so you get notified of my videos, I would appreciate it, because, hey, it's going to help the channel out. Thank you very much. See you around, folks.